It's time. It's time. It's time to grow and glow. And I have the guide for you. Yeah. Happy Monday. How are you guys? Coach Faith here. You already know what I'm going to ask. How was you guys' week last week? Everything is going by so fucking fast again. We are already in October. Wait, no, we're not. It's the 29th. So in a few days, we'll be in October, but the holidays are already coming up this month, or this year has gone by so fucking fast, and I just can't believe it. It's just so wild that in a few months, well, it'll be a few months, but it'll feel like a few weeks, we'll be in 2026. So many things have happened this year that have been really life-changing. So I'm definitely grateful for that. So let's go ahead and get into it. How was your challenge last week? We had a long challenge last week, like we have been the past few weeks, because remember, I want us to make sure that we are focusing on boundaries and how important boundaries are for us. So give me one moment. Let's go back. Our challenge was last week was, I wanted you to choose one boundary you've been avoiding. Write down how you, number one, choose one boundary you've been avoiding. Number two, write down how you want to communicate it. 3, notice what emotion comes up. And then 4, set that boundary. So let me know how, let me know how you guys did with that, man. I know these past few weeks that we've been working on boundaries, it's a touchy subject for a lot of us, because boundaries are something that a lot of us have trouble setting and have trouble sticking with. So I hope while we are coming to the end of this series that you guys actually feel the importance of what boundaries are and how they do affect our everyday lives, whether it's personally, professionally. It doesn't matter. It affects all aspects of our lives. So today is our last episode of our boundaries our boundaries series. So I know you've seen the title. Today we're going to be talking about what to do when people push back. That's how we're going to end our series. Because now that you've set boundaries, now that you know what the importance of boundaries are, now you need to understand what you need to do when people actually do not accept and push back on the boundaries that you set for your life. Okay? You already know how we start. Let's take a deep breath. And this is our affirmation that I want us to use for this week, okay? I don't have to explain my boundary to make it valid. I'm going to say it one more time. I don't have to explain my boundary to make it valid. I don't need to say anything else after that. You know what? Cut the episode. Cut the show. That's it.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me out.
Seriously though, like, and we've already talked about that, of you over-explaining yourself, and me, myself, over-explaining myself to the things that we don't have to do. This is my life, and this is your life. This is our lives, right? We don't have to explain anything to anyone who is not in our lives. And even if they are in your life, you don't have to explain nothing to them either. And I want you guys to understand that, okay? You're not an attorney, okay? You're not on trial. Your boundary is not a courtroom case. I don't have to explain nothing to nobody. Now, if you are, in some legal, whatever, but then you got to explain. But when we're talking about our boundaries, that is not necessary in any circumstance. And I want to make sure that you guys understand that and you realize that. You don't have to justify your no. And I know you're like, why the fuck did she say something about a courtroom? Because, I know all of us watched that Young Thug, whatever he had going on. They have to explain every single thing. And not even if you watch that, but if you're in court, you have to explain everything. That's not us, and that's not our lives. And you don't have to convince someone that your peace matters. That's not your job. And if they feel like you have to tell them why your peace matters, fuck them. How many times in this fucking podcast do I say fuck other people because they do not matter? Because that's the truth. I need to find like a little meme or something to a little meme or something to say that, because it's the truth. You are allowed to protect yourself, period. And that's it. You don't have to explain nothing to anyone. All right? Like, you don't have to explain anything to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. So we often talk about how growth requires release, right? And how growth It's uncomfortable. It brings discomfort for us, and that's okay. But when you start to grow, people are going to start to push back to test you, to test your growth, and to test the things that you have been working on and the things that you have accomplished. When you start honoring yourself, when you stop overgiving, when you stop making yourself small to keep the peace, people are going to start to feel uncomfortable around you. And you need to know how to navigate through that. And it's not because that you're doing anything wrong, because you're not, but it's because that your growth is disrupting them. Your growth is making them uncomfortable and they don't know how to handle it. They are so used to the old you, but that's not you anymore. Remember, we talked about a few weeks ago, a few months ago, that when you start working on becoming the best version of yourself, you outgrow a lot of things. And you can't keep reverting back to those things that you've outgrown. Ooh. Oh, shit. But that's the truth, though. And this is what I'm saying. If you're growing and people feel like they do not have access to the old person that you used to be, you need to remove them from your lives and start reevaluating every single person that you are is in your circle that you're surrounding yourself with. I know y'all can't hear it, but Gatsby is down here like, we give him these toys. They're not really toys. They're like chews that he can do because he likes to bite everything. And he's just on the town. I wish y'all could see it. As we're talking about, how people push back when you start setting a boundary for yourself, there are some common ways that pushback shows up, okay? Number one is going to be guilt trip. What you mean, Faith? Some people will say, wow, I thought we were closer than that. Yeah, we were, but we're not changed. We're not close anymore, so deal with it. That's what I'm talking about. Number two, you used to always be there for me. I'm sorry, but I'm not anymore. I'm changing for myself. I'm trying to become the best version of myself, which means that I cannot be there for you like I used to. Now I have to show up for me. Okay? Number three, after everything I done for you, now that one, if anybody says some shit like that to you, kick them the fuck out your life. I'm talking about ASAP, pronto. I'm talking about as soon as fucking possible. Like, if someone says that to you, that literally shows you what kind of person that they are. And how, they're a shitty person, man. So it's those guilt trips that you have to look out for, because that tactic is meant to make you feel bad. But you need to know that you should not feel bad for changing to become the best version of yourself, to accomplish things that you want to accomplish in this lifetime. No one should make you feel bad about anything, and this tactic does not need to be used. And you need to recognize when this tactic has been used towards it twists your boundaries into betrayal. Think about that. When someone is making you feel bad about something that you're doing for yourself, it's making them say, oh shit, and then making you think to yourself, oh shit, stop thinking that, oh shit, and think about, oh yes. This is something that I'm doing for myself. I need to be proud of that. Okay? You can't fall for that, though. That guilt is not yours to carry. Okay? Number two, gaslighting and deflection. Lord, 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 Lord.
Oh, Lord.
You might hear, you're being dramatic. You're being so dramatic right now.
Being dramatic.
Or you might hear, that's not what I meant. Or you might even hear, you're reading too much into it. What the fuck? Don't ever let anyone tell you any of those things. Don't never let anyone gaslight you into thinking that you're doing too much, or that you're researching too much into something that you want to know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that didn't make any sense, but you get what I'm saying. We know what gaslighting is. And if you don't know what gaslighting is, hold on, let me look it up for you. Gaslighting is a form of emotional manipulation where someone makes you question your reality, memory, or feelings, often to gain control, avoid accountability, or shift blame. Okay? Listen, gaslighting is not just lying. It's intentionally trying to make someone feel confused, doubtful, or crazy, but what they know they experienced. That's like me falling on the ground and somebody telling me, oh, you didn't fall. Your knee just hurt. What the fuck? I know what the fuck just happened. How the fuck you gonna tell me? That's what gaslighting is. Okay? Gaslighting makes you question your experience. But when you know something, and you need to stand firm into that. You need to stand firm in that. You know what you felt, you know what you experienced, and you know what crossed a line. You don't need permission from anyone to take care of yourself. Gaslighting, that's what pushback looks like. You don't need anyone's permission to take care of yourself. Okay? Number 3, manipulation or testing the boundary. Now, you see how we go, because gaslighting is a form of manipulation. Now we're talking about actually manipulating, okay? This look like, can you do it for me just once? Rachel, show it to me, Rachel.
Oh my God, show me to me, please. Send it to me, Rachel.
Seriously, can you do it for me just this one time? I know you said no, but I figured we still talk. Another one is, I don't think you were serious. I didn't think you were serious about that. Those right there are not just manipulation, but I deem that as respect. You're not respecting me. Because if I tell you something, why are you not understanding what I'm saying? And why are you not respecting my wishes? Or why are you not respecting the choice that I have made? I say no to something, don't you fucking talk to me about shit. I already said no. And that's what the fuck I meant, and I'm standing on that. And that's what people have to understand. All right? I didn't think you were serious about that. If I fucking tell you something, why the fuck wouldn't I be serious? If I was there, I would have said, I'm just playing. If I say I'm just playing, I'm dead to full serious. I'm dead to full serious. In the T.I. voice.
Oh, dead the fuck serious.
Yeah, like he's serious.
No.
They're hoping if they press hard enough that you'll vote. Baby, come pick up your clothes. I had them dead.
I'll let your body decide if this is good enough.
That's what they want you to do. They want you to vote. They want you to be voted. But like I said before, this is your moment. This is your moment to stand firm in everything that you say and stand firm in the boundary that you created for yourself and for your life. Remember, boundaries tell people how to treat you in this lifetime. Right? And if someone cannot respect that, or someone gives you pushback, they are disrespecting your wishes and disrespecting you as a person. And that's something that you cannot let fly in your life. Every time that you hold your boundary, you're teaching people how to treat you. Remember, if you don't respect yourself, how are other people going to respect you? If you don't value yourself, how are other people going to value you? If you can't respect your own boundary, how the fuck are other people going to respect that boundary that you set for yourself? You have to think about that. Okay? Number 4, victim role or emotional guilt. These are some things you may hear. I guess I'm just a bad guy now. I guess it's all my fault. Everyone always leaves me. Fuck no, don't fall for that bullshit. Or they say shit like, you've changed. And that's good. I have changed. I have changed for the better me. I'm changing because I want to be better for myself and not for you. So if I change, you need to be happy for me for that. You understand what I'm saying? And now I'm getting into family. Now I'm getting into friends. Because when it comes to family just think just because they're family, they can do whatever the fuck they want and say whatever the fuck they want. That's not what the fuck it is. And I'm sorry. It sounds very harsh, but it's the truth. Okay? When you set a boundary, that's just for your friends. That's not just for other people. That's for your family too. You know what I'm saying? I seen this video the other day where this girl posted that her cousin asked for money. And her cousin, she said, no, her cousin. She was like, why would you do that? We're family. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just anybody off the street. I don't give a fuck who you are. If I said no, no means no, and that's it. And then they'll say something like, what we just talked about. Can you just do it just this once, manipulating you? Can you do it just this one time? I said fucking no, and that's what the fuck I meant. Just because we're family by blood doesn't mean I have to give you things that I have. And remember, and I want people to realize too, our chosen family can mean so much more to us than our blood family can. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I want us to understand that, because just because people family doesn't mean that they cannot manipulate you, or they cannot twist the narrative or twist the story to be something that it's not. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm saying family, I'm talking about mom and dad too. Right? We're an adult. You know what I'm saying? We're not a kid anymore. They can manipulate us into doing things that or to crossing our line or crossing the line of boundary that we have set for ourselves because they say, I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to respect you, but I need you to respect me too. You understand? So, I'm sorry, I kind of went on a little hiatus with that, but I'm just saying, playing the victim role or being, emotionally, playing the victim role or having that emotional guilt, that, is a test. You get what I'm saying? Because somebody saying that you changed, that should be a compliment because you have changed. You're trying to become a better version of you. We talked about this last week about how we hold our boundaries because we want to be liked. We want to be the life of the party, like we always used to be. That one to keep the peace. We want to be that one to keep that validation. You need to let go of that shit. That shit does not matter anymore when you're starting to become the best version of yourself. If you're not the life of the party anymore, who the fuck cares? That shit does not matter. If you're not liked, who the fuck cares? At the end of the day, y'all, you cannot hold something just to be appealing or appeasing to someone else's needs. Your boundaries are for you to live a fulfilled life. For you to get every single thing that you want out of this world without the desire of having other people's approval. Now, let me back up a little bit, because remember, when we're setting boundaries, you have to first have a desire to set a boundary. If you do not have a desire to set that boundary and keep it, everything that we talked about is going to be thrown out the window because you don't have a desire for it first. I'm reading this wonderful, amazing book again by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. If you want to be rich or have riches, whether it's mentally, that real money, you have to have a desire for that. If I don't have a desire to be rich, how the fuck am I going to be rich if I don't have a desire to? You understand what I'm saying? All of these things that we talk about start with desire. I have a desire to love myself. I have a desire to deem myself worthy. I have a desire to set this boundary and make sure I'm keeping this boundary that I set. I have a desire for it, right? And that's what I want you guys to think about. This is something that's so big, and I want to make sure that I'm yelling it, because if your peace only exists when someone else is happy, that's not peace, that's a performance. You're performing. Because remember, what am I always going to say? When you close that door at night, there's no more performing. The audience has left, and it's just you left on that stage. So what are you going to do? Huh? What you going to do? Tell me in the comments what you going to do. Stop performing for people. Stop trying to make yourself be something that you're not for people. Stop doing that. That's not how life works, and that's not how life is. If you see your life one way, perfect, beautiful. Other people need to see your life the way that you see your life. My life is valuable. I love myself. I deem myself worthy of every single thing out of this world, and you're going to respect that. And if you're not going to respect it, you can go ahead and remove yourself, or I can remove you. Whichever one works best for you, right? And that's how I want you to think about, because listen, and like I'm always talking to you guys about, when we talk about things, it's not just for you. It's for me. It's for both of us. It's for all of us. Because these are things that I struggle with too, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because we do want to be liked at a certain point in our life. That's just human nature, right? But there does come a time in our life where we realize that being liked is not going to fulfill your life and give you the things that you want out of this life. And if it does, it's only going to last for a little bit because someone else is doing that for you. You need to start doing this for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason how I can talk to you guys about all of these things, because these are things that I have experienced for myself. And I know what it's like to be that person that you want everybody to like you. And I came to the point in my life where I don't give a fuck if you like me. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't really care. I am who I am. You can accept who I am or not. And if you don't, fuck you. Fuck your life. Bing bong.
Fuck your life! Bing bong!
Like fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, y'all don't come home with me at night. They don't come home with you at night. You get what I'm saying? They're not paying your bills. They're not feeding you. They're not doing any of those things.
So why are you trying to be something for someone else where they're not even doing the same for you? Remember, these things only, when it comes to becoming the best version of yourself, you have to do that for you. That's the only way it's going to last. Setting a boundary for you, not because somebody said, or not because your friend said, hey man, you need to set boundaries for yourself. No, because someone will keep telling you stuff, but you're not going to do it until you're ready. That's like in a relationship, right? Someone is not going to, you could keep telling somebody to leave a relationship, but they're not going to do that until they are ready. And that's something I want you to ponder. I want you to think about that. All right? Like, because the people who really love you and they respect you and they want you in their lives and they understand the person that you want, the person that you're trying to become, they are going to adjust to anything that you change. They are literally going to adjust to anything that you change in your life because they love you and they know that you're trying to better yourself. And that's the people you need to surround yourself with. You understand? That's the same thing when we think about anything in our life. If you want to have a certain type of wealth or you want to have a certain type of job, surround yourself with people who have what you want and even more to be successful. And I know I just got deep, but it's the truth, right? And I do want to say something. I know y'all not seen me in this shirt before, but I don't have a buku of clothes, so you're just going to see me in the game. Cheese. Let me make some. So I have to work on my thumbnails because you know how when you watch a YouTube video, they normally say, hey, I'm going to do something for my thumbnail. I got to do something for my thumbnail. I do have to do something for my thumbnail, but what I do is I just take pictures from my actual video, but I need to stop doing that. I need to start actually putting something in my thumbnail so I can have it. That's what I need to do. I just want you to think about things and ponder it, but let's pump up the energy. Pump it up. You already know what time it is. Grow and glow, challenge, grow and glow. Challenge. So this is our challenge that I want us to focus on this week. Number 1, choose a boundary you've already tried to set, but someone pushed back. Number 2, write down how you want to restate it clearly and without over-explaining it. Number 3, say it out loud, practice it, own it, breathe through it. And number 4, hold the line. What you mean? Hold it. If they still pushing back, I'm standing firm on it. What's hold me? Stand on business. I'm putting it. Stand on business. That's what holding firm is, okay? I want you to stand on business, man. I really do. And you need to stand on business, okay? So as we, end this series, something that I want you guys to remember is that boundaries is essential in every part of our lives. Every single part of our lives, a boundary is needed. It's not an attack, right? It's a declaration of self-respect. You're going to respect me regardless. You understand what I'm saying? And that may seem like, oh shit, that's a little, I don't give a fuck. You're going to respect me and I'm going to respect you. You understand what I'm saying? But the boundary is saying you going to respect me without saying you going to respect me. That's how I want you guys to think about it. And you don't owe an explanation to anybody who is in your life. You don't owe an explanation. The only person you need to be explaining anything to is yourself. Yourself, and that's it. Nobody else. Oh, I ain't even gonna say what I was gonna say, but that's what I want you to think about. All right. Now, over the past few episodes, this is what we've already, talked about. We've defined boundaries. We found where boundaries were broken. We learned how to set them without guilt. And today, how to stand firm when people push back. I love a boundary. I'm going to always set a boundary in my life. I don't give a fuck. If, you have to set boundary. And also, too, y'all, I do want to say, you know what I'm saying? This is not something that happens overnight. There's something that takes practice. It's something that takes time. You're not going to, I'm not saying that you can't, right? But for you to be able to set an effective boundary for your life, it will take time. And if you still need help with that, remember, I'm your life coach. Come talk to me, man. Come talk to me. And we can work together on exactly what you need to do to become the best version of yourself and set that boundary for you and stand firm in that boundary. Okay? We're wrapping up this series. Our next series is going to be breaking the cycles. And I'm really going to touch on family there. I'm really going to touch on family and really get into it. But now that we have our boundaries, now we have to learn how to break cycles. We're going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper than just the boundaries. We're going to name patterns, the habits, and the generational loops that keep us from being able to become the best version of ourselves in all aspects. And that's including boundaries. These topics that I talk about, I'm hoping that they resonate with you guys, but they resonate with me so much. Because like I said earlier, I know what it's like to try to make yourself something that you're not for other people. And at the end of the day, if people don't fuck with it, they don't fuck with it, and you fuck them. If they're not aligning with the person that you are trying to become, you need to remove them from your life or remove yourself from theirs. Either way, removal has to be done. Because remember, growth requires release. You can't grow if you're still hanging on to old things that promote the old version of you. All right? So, as we wrap up, I know that was a little heavy that we left on, but I want you guys to think about that. All right? Now, look, it's Coach Faith here. Another week, another glow up. Thank you so much for letting me be your guide, and we will see you guys next week. All right, ciao.